Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. The calendar has been circled for this one for quite some time. Throughout the offseason, anticipation for an early-in-the-year top-5 clash. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
I caught up with the Oregon head coach before the game. He talked to me about the importance of this young running back. Just a freshman, he has continued to showcase his talent. They gave him an opportunity early in the season, and they have been rewarded. He continues to shine and be very productive at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to keep you posted on how he plays here in the first quarter. They're feeding him early and often. He's in the script. Can he keep the momentum going? We'll find out. Back to you guys.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Longhorns will kick off first, and here we go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. He stopped right there after he... Glad to have you with us from Austin, Texas, DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. This is what he had hoped for and is excited that it is playing out right before our very eyes. Bringing this running back in the transfer portal, he knew that he could be someone to make an impact, but he didn't know how much. And here he is, highly productive, really starting to lean on that offensive line and gain some chemistry with the other guys on the team. We're seeing this offense come alive, and they've got to do it again here today. I'll keep you posted on how things start here in the game in the first quarter, and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the left. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Moore from the gun on third down. And it's incomplete on third down. Offense still out there, lining up quickly on fourth down. Fourth down, Moore. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's fourth and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
It's a reverse. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful. When you got receivers with the speed that guy has, you really need to play with good eye discipline and know where the ball is at all times. Because if he outflanks you, he could take it to the distance.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Makes the catch. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a 2-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Coming out with it, it's Bear. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dante Moore. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it down the right side. Open spaces. Touchdown, Ducks. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense. And he'll bring it back.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top-5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff positioning.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship.
Maybe some room here. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Quarterback keeper picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Moore. Trying to beat the D deep. Upstairs to make the catch. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Talk about having a day. We're not even done the first quarter yet. This receiver already has over 100 yards. Look out.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Moore will throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his man. It's Bear. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Complete to start this drive. There he goes. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs who you bring in, too, who are studs. So, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. It's second to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
First play of the period will be a second down. Over the middle, complete to Coleman. Tackle was made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is the next in line. He's got vision, he's got speed, he's got power. It always seems like it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. Huge weapon in this offense.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Caught in the backfield, it's Townsend. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
Yeah, and that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Oh, maybe a double pass. It's complete to the right. He's across the 50 and out of bounds at the 49, and a great pickup on that one.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a three-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this...
Looking long. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Clears the pressure. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Now here's Moore. Going long. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here's Manning to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Now on first down from the 40. They're going to test the right side with this one.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to me.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. inside the 40. Past the 30. The 20. Touchdown Ducks! The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And that is such a critical mistake for this offense, man. Such an opportunity to add to the lead, put more points on the board, keep the momentum, but sometimes you just get a little bit too aggressive. And, Palmer, they pay for it in a big way.
And that's one where the defense gave up some yards early in the drive, and you're wondering, is the opponent going to score here at the end of the first half? But they're just waiting for one mistake, and they take advantage of the opportunity, jumping that pass in the air, picking it off, taking it all the way to the house, and now taking the lead.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Might be calling a hot route. To throw, Manning. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive, and he should have thrown that one away or eaten it, because now the other team has a chance to score points here at the end of the half.
More to the air. Unloads to the wideout. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Arch Madness. Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the grab on the big throw. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Moving out to the right. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. They'll go to the air on second and short. Throws to the tight end. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Third down from the gun, Manning. Quick completion on the out route. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Here's Arch to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
Here we go. Ready. Here we go.
Arch going to spin it again. Unleashes to the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get at minimum tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Georgia in their matchup against the number 2 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's Georgia, not even blinking in this top 25 matchup. They took the lead on the opening drive of the game, and they've been adding to it ever since. Tough to imagine a halftime pep talk is going to change things. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Pac-12.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Wide open downfield. He's loose on the right. He's at the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Longhorn. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The run inside. It's Davison. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Longhorns. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And this defense comes up with another big play, man. They get the pick six. They get the mistake. They've been flying all over the field, playing well, with their hair on fire, Palmer, forcing some turnovers, really doing a good job of confusing this QB.
Yeah, and on offense for the quarterback, you've got to stop with the turnovers. Now, obviously, turnovers lose you games. When you allow defensive touchdowns, the analytics show you your losing probability goes way up. Right now, they'd be out comfortably ahead if he would just stop giving the football to the other team. They need to settle him down before he gets back out on the field.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
The Ducks will call on their punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Kick is in the air. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Texas! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, turning it on. Got enough for the first. The 40, the 30, past the 20, the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ducks!
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Texas offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Motion from the wideout. They want to run this quarterback, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He's going to run it. Crosses the 35. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6.
Ready, go, go.
Arch is going to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
That's a tough one to execute on offense in that situation. Third down, you know it's going to be man coverage. If that receiver's not able to create any separation, then he's going to get tackled as soon as he catches the ball. And that's exactly what happened, now setting up fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll pull it down. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play.
Makes the grab and room to run. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on second and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Number 96,
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Here's Moore to throw. Going for it all. Goes high to pull it in. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
What a day this guy's having, guys. That last one now, he's closing in on 200 yards receiving, and with every catch, the quarterback's confidence in him is growing and growing, and the defense right now, they have no answer for him.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Pocket breaking down. And the Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Moore will throw. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And I thought the game plan is...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. Got his man downfield. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got it inside the 15. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running the red zone, it's Griffin. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Throwing more. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
The bad news is they don't get the first down here trailing in the fourth quarter. The good news, though, quarterback did the smart thing, throwing it away and allowing themselves to have...
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on fourth down. Fourth down, more. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And after that stop by the defense, a productive drive here, a couple of first downs, maybe a score, and they could put this thing away. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Play action, here's Manning. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Longhorns right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll move the wide receiver. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Finding some room. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Right on the money. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Gets the first himself. Hits the accelerator to the right. He is in. Touchdown, Ducks. The Ducks with the answer.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And man, did he find a way to close with that 48-yard run for 6. He'll return it. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Brown. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Making side adjustments here. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the 1st as they mark it at the 32. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. The defense working to manage that clock. They use the timeout, 1:55 remaining. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Throwing Manning. Zings it complete to the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line, just need to get one first down. And Palmer, they could run it, they could play it safe, but they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play that they can run in their sleep, too. Something they practice all week long. They carry it in their playbook each and every week. It's a good play call because you're dialing up something that all 11 guys know in the back of their hand, and they go out, they get the execution needed to win this game.
Hand off for Brown. Here's a little room there. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside. It's Smothers. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Punt is on its way. Oh, this is unwise. Catches it in his own end zone. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Now it's time to choose your team. Each school has a unique set of athletic director expectations, which are goals that you'll need to accomplish as a coach. The school's demeanor will impact how they respond if you miss certain expectations. Patient schools will give you a longer leash. Now it's time to choose your role on the coaching staff. Here, you can create your own coach or choose to play. Now you need to choose your coach's archetype. As a motivator, you'll be focused on developing and inspiring your players. Recruiters excel in finding and bringing in new talent to their programs. Tacticians maximize your team's chances of success on game day with their understanding of the X's and O's. Make sure you review your athletic director expectations often. They are the key to the success